It's Lindsay with Smooth Business Growth with Marketing and Merlot. And I know you're missing my other blonde friend. She was away last week. I know.
We are.
I know. I miss her. I miss her silly ranting and our silly back and forth. But yeah, she is on vacation again. So I thought, what better opportunity than to have the awesome Jim Palmer as a guest. Hey, Tim. How's it going? I see him there with his happy face there. And he says hi to us both. Hi.
Hello.
Awesome. So thanks for joining.
Sure.
And yeah, so why don't you introduce yourself, Jim?
Oh, for real? I thought you could do that for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Lindsay always introduces herself, and I introduce myself, and we give her a little spiel.
I am Captain Jim Palmer, the Dream Business Coach, creator of the Dream Business Academy, Dream Business Mastermind and Coaching Program, author of 52,000 books, an untold number of home study courses, all which will make you a crap ton of money.
Nice.
And that's my 903 after coaching all day and doing a 1-hour webinar introduction.
No
You have no idea what you're in for tonight.
That's all right. It's all good. Want to say hi to David. He says hi to us both, David Brown. And
I think I answered one of David's questions, by the way. I'm pretty sure that was David.
Perfect. And then, of course, we have the lovely Peg. Yay. I know. Peg. She's such a sweetheart. So great.
We're going to call her Sunset Peg because she always posts sunsets every day. You got such a cool glass. I just got my pirate glass. And it's not Merlot. It's actually Chardonnay.
I know. Mine is a Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Or as Mrs. Doubtfire would say, yes, I'd like a good stiff Chardonnay.
And I have my fancy glass. It doesn't have stickers on it or anything.
I know. That was so funny. What was that episode 3? I called you on that. You
did.
There's your dollar store general.
Oh, he said David Brown says he caught most days of it. So awesome.
All right, David. All right, then.
So, of course, for those that don't know me, I am Lyndsay Phillips with Smooth Sailing Business Growth, where we help you attract and acquire customers faster with powerful content marketing. And as you know, normally Lindsay with trafficandleads.com and we get on, we have a drink, and we chat about marketing and Merlot. And sometimes we do have guests. Last week I had the awesome Scott Whitaker, and Jim has been on our show before, actually, I think back in January.
Yeah, I was sitting up there in the dark. It was on your candlelit show, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I've been on a few times.
Oh, hey, Denise Griffiths. Yay, thanks for joining.
Show yourself, Denise. Come on.
I know. I love Denise.
Come on camera, so can you.
That's okay. We all have our comfort zone.
We love Denise.
I know. And she's a cat lover, so really you can't go wrong.
She is.
And she's super talented. So
she's got one big wine cellar, I hear.
Oh, another reason why I like her then.
I have no idea what's going to happen tonight.
It's all good. That we just go with the flow, right? We're not super rigid. We're not, we're not locked
We're
in.
We're unscripted tonight. We're totally unscripted. Anything can happen.
I know. And a few weeks ago, I had quite a few glasses of wine, so it was a really crazy show.
I know, man. Talk about slurring your words. I'm kidding you, of course.
I know. I wasn't slurring, but I was. What does she call me? I was spicy.
There we are.
Chris Renna is in the house. Says hello.
Hi, Chris.
To both of us. Yes. No elsewhere tonight. But we do have the awesome Jim Palmer, and we're going to be talking about investing in your business. Oh, Denise says that she doesn't do cameras, and she's gorgeous.
I know that.
I
have seen the one and only picture of Denise Griffiths, and she swore me to secrecy. She is gorgeous.
Awesome. So we're talking about investing in your business, the different ways you can invest in your business, why you even want to invest in your business anyways, and what holds us back. I mean, for me, to me, it's like when we're an entrepreneur, you're so passionate about your business and you want to grow it. You know, not only is your revenue and your income riding on it, but it's like it's your baby, right? It's like we have this, I don't know, crazy relationship with our business. So to invest in it seems crazy not to. Yet, God, we're all freaked out by it, right? Like, oh my God forbid we spend money or make the wrong decision or buy the wrong course or Why are we so damn freaked out?
You know what's cool about the word investment, though, Lindsay?
Yes.
Your business is an investment. See, a lot of people, you know what? I think one of the big things that holds so many people back is they move from, and I know people say, oh, I worked in corporate America first. Well, I say it too because it helps you understand the transition. In reality, I worked for a lot of entrepreneurs and then became a business owner. I never worked for like AT&T or whatever. But when you are a W-2 employee, no matter how big the company you work for, when you are a W-2 employee, the business is owned by somebody else. It's their business. They invest in it. My job is to be a good employee, at minimum, show up when I'm supposed to, do what I'm supposed to do, try and improve myself, work, bust ass to try and get that 2% raise, you know.
I know.
But when you own a business, it is an investment. That it's every bit of an investment as your home. Like most people say, my home is my biggest investment. So they're familiar with the word investment.
Yeah.
So I usually say, well, I can't afford it. I don't have the money in the bank. Cash flow won't make. Well, did you buy your house with cash flow? I don't know anybody who does that.
No.
You know? So you're willing to take a loan out to invest in real estate, hoping that real estate will provide some sort of a return. First of all, a roof over your house, but it's also hopefully going to appreciate. Well, why in the world would you start a business and not be willing to invest in it when you know that business could grow and pay substantially more revenue and provide an income and a lifestyle for yourself far and above where it is now?
That's so true.
Well, see there, right there, we just killed it in 8 minutes with that. I mean, that's
we're done. That's it. Before
it is an investment. That's why you should invest in it. Oh,
that
my coral! Thank you, Phil.
I know you are rocking that coral shirt. I don't think I've ever seen you in that color before.
Oh, it's new. It's from my new Summer on the Yacht ensemble.
Your stylist picked it out.
Do I see Melanie? Is Melanie actually watching the show tonight?
Oh.
Melanie Benson. She's the one that fixed everything that went on up here.
Very nice. Yes. Melanie rocks. Love her. And speaking of Melanie, she's like all stuff about money mindset. Man, I should have her on the show too down the road sometime.
Yes.
But she and you have done that to me. I mean, you know, I've worked with you, you as a client for a long time. We've been friends and stuff like that. And you kept saying, you know, when am I going to join the mastermind? And I'm like, I know. I was already gung ho one DBA, and then I totally chickened out. It's like.
And I totally let you off the hook. I was so nice to you.
I know. And then I was like, why am I not doing this? What am I tripping up about? Like I see the results of other people, right? And they're getting ahead and they're doing really well, making good decisions. So,
but
man,
Lindsay,
as soon as I said yes,
it's not just as good of a friend as you are. I need you to understand, it's not just you. When my daughter Jessica said, I want to join your mastermind, I said, you'd be awesome in it. You can learn a lot. I know you got a lot to share. Here's the link. Get out your credit card. What? I'm your daughter? Yes. You know, if you expect everything for free, you don't take it as seriously. There are people who will spend their life on webinars. They'll spend their life getting all the free stuff and just taking and taking and taking. It's kind of why I run my group a certain way. You know, if all you're doing is taking and never giving back and never investing, never pulling the trigger and moving forward, I mean, you know, you're never going to get anywhere. And so, you know this because you've been in my group a long time now. People say, well, Jim is really good at dispensing tough love. Well, I think that's necessary. And by the way, the only reason I can dispense tough love and talk as intelligently as I can about investing is I've held my feet to the fire. I've had people hold me to account and call me awful names, years of counseling to get over it. But, you know, but they pushed me to be a bigger entrepreneur, a better entrepreneur, to play a bigger game. And the only reason I can live this lifestyle is, and I owe so much to them, but it's not just that. Everybody can get advice, but you have to act on the advice, right? And you know, I've shared my most embarrassing moment.
You have to put your money where your mouth is, but I'm going to do some comments. Chris says that it's another stream of revenue, you know, your Jim yacht collection.
No, collection of one. I have one. And my dinghy doesn't count as a yacht. I have one.
That's hilarious. And John says hi to us. Hi, John. Welcome to the show. Great to have you. And then the awesome Mike McDonough, who is the Warrior Comp Renegade, who we will meet at DBA in September.
I'm looking forward to meeting Mike.
Yeah, he says, I'm on the call working out at the gym, no excuses. Booyah! That's awesome. Booyah. I know. Oh, and Denise, I love when all these comments come in. I never thought you were too tough. You gave me a few home truths that made my eyes water, but I had it coming. Tough love is good. Absolutely. So what is holding us back from making these decisions that, I mean, we know it'll help us, whether it's a course,
it's called
whether
the
it's
dreaded what ifs, Lindsay. It's the what ifs. Here's how it is. So I'm going to show you how much professional schooling I've had in the ways of the brain. So check out this analogy. I think your head is divided in two. There's a little tarp that runs down the middle. It hangs down the middle. And when you get a big idea, I think whether it's, I'm going to have a beach house, or I'm going to live on a big boat, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to have a big business. I'm going to become an entrepreneur. I'm going to kill it. I think there's half of your brain, and I don't know if it's the right or left half, because I was absent that day. But on one side of your brain, you fall in love with the idea. I mean, romantically involved. Like, this is going to be great. I like go to sleep thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. My heart goes pitter patter. My breath gets short when I think about how awesome it's going to be. And at some point, there's these little stinkers on the other side of the brain, and they lift up the curtain. And they go, "Oh, he's ready now." And just when you're so in love and ready to go, they roll in these stink bombs. They're called the what if stink bombs, and a big smoke screen goes over and goes, and all of a sudden you go, "Oh my God, what if?" Now, we can do the entrepreneur route, but this happens in your personal life too. So Stephanie and I made the decision to sell our home and buy this boat and change our life completely, right? And we both were like in love with the idea. It's going to be great. We're going to go up and down the East Coast. It's going to be a beautiful boat. Life is good. I mean, all these things. And then I share it on social media, because that's a big part of doing it. You gotta publicly commit. And then I remember this. This was somewhere around late May or June. I think we made this decision. Somewhere around July, I am just so gung ho. We're getting the house ready for sale. Stephanie challenges me, "Jim, with what you know about marketing, we can sell the house ourselves. We'll save commission." Okay, there's a challenge. You know how your spouse challenges you to step up? Well, so we're doing that. We're getting the house ready, and we're finding the boat that we want to buy and live on. And then all of a sudden, those little SOBs raise the tarp and throw in the stink bombs. And I start going,
I love the visual.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, what if I can't drive a 50-foot boat? I've never driven a boat in the Atlantic Ocean before, other than when I was a teenager. I went to Martha's Vineyard on a 52-ton ferry boat, right? What if we run out of fuel? What if we run aground? What if we break down? What if we're in rough seas and we get lost? And this, that, and the other thing. All these what ifs started scaring me, and I'm thinking, well, crap, I already told a bunch of people I'm doing this. But, the truth is, the what ifs will stop, I don't know, 80 or 90%, who knows how many, but a large percentage of people will be stopped by the what ifs. If you're an entrepreneur, this is going to be great. My dream, I'm going to have this phenomenal business, no longer working for the man, 6 figures. I'm going to be making multiple 6 figures. I'm going to have a 7-figure business in 5 years. And then all of a sudden the what ifs kick in. Well, crap, what if I go broke? What if I spend all this money and it doesn't work? What if my, my family, my spouse, my kids, my neighbors laugh at me? By the way, my neighbor did laugh at me when I called myself the newsletter guru many years ago. Oh, newsletter guru, what the hell's that? All this criticism. No. And so the what ifs start slowing you down only if you let them. And Lindsay, I read this book.
Mike says, what if it works?
That's right. You silence the little voice in your head every time, what if it doesn't work? And you say, yeah, what if it does work? And Lindsay, I will tell you this. I read a book. Stephanie and I started reading lots of books during that interim period. And I read a book by an entrepreneur. He was a musician and a writer who's been living on a sailboat for 12 years. A little different than what we're doing. But and he said, so many people dream about living on a boat, how romantic, the sunrise and sunsets and everything. And he says, what holds most people back are the what ifs. And he named in his book the things I was fearing. What if I run aground? What if I break down? What if, we run out of fuel? What if we get lost? And what if we get in rough seas? And he named them all, and he goes, yeah, but what if you do say yes? What if you just say yes? And by the way, here's the secret. In my book, Just Say Yes, I tell you
Yes.
who this person is, and I sent him a copy of the book and told him you inspired me to write this book. And he goes, what if you just say yes, you go on the adventure of a lifetime, and you realize maybe you are a badass boat captain, and only unless you say yes did you ever realize every day when you wake up and you face a challenge or a question or something breaks down, you find out you learn how to fix it or you overcome it. And that's what got me through it. Now, the truth of the matter is I have run aground 3 times. We ran out of fuel, broke down 4 miles off the coast of Atlantic City in 4 to 5 foot seas. I got sick. Blue got sick. Stephanie did.
You survived it?
We've survived so much, and we are having the adventure of a lifetime.
Yeah.
And honestly, when we started doing this, we realized that we have been living in our comfort zone for a while. You know, the last 3 or 4 years, growth of my business, we've been living a very nice lifestyle, very comfortable. I mean, not lavish by any means, but, and all of a sudden we realize every day we're facing a new thing, like the weather. I had no idea the wind could do that, you know, and the waves, and we're learning all this different stuff. And every day we figured out that we're just stepping outside our comfort zone and living life on the edge a little bit. And it feels great. And I honestly think it's made me a more aggressive entrepreneur, because you know why? I've been to San Diego now. This will be my 3rd Dream Business Academy in San Diego, but you know this because you're speaking there. That room that we always rent, I said, the hell with that. I'm renting the room upstairs, which is considerably more money, and it's larger, and it's going to take more people to fill it. And I'm playing a bigger game. I think you have to play a bigger game if you're going to really look back. You know, we're all getting old. We all have, you know, this. That's what I brought from home. This is my hourglass.
Oh, cool.
The sand is running out. You can't stop it. Eventually, the sand will run out, and you're going to look back at your life and go, was I a weenie or was I a winner?
Totally. And you regret the things that you don't do versus the things that you do. I just want to say a quick hi to Jim Fuse. Good to have you back. He was on our show. We pulled him into the panel and he was chatting about Instagram TV. So he's a very smart guy. So thanks for joining, Jim. Another Jim.
Good name.
I know. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's like you're experiencing life. Isn't that what life is for? You're going for it. I know for me, it's like, and it's only because you're in the back of my head with, you know, that voice, right? If I'm uncomfortable with something, I'm like, do it anyways. And you feel so good when you do it. You feel invigorated. You feel like you're taking action. Your passion and your motivation is like renewed. It feels so good.
I hear that a lot, Jim. I was facing something the other day, and you were on my shoulder going, "Just do it," or "Do it," you know. I get that. You know, the thing is, Lindsay, I don't ask my clients or suggest or push or whatever. I don't ask them to do anything that I haven't done on my own, and that's why I can be forceful and tough love, if you will, because I've had to do it all myself as well. You know, I remember when you started coaching with me. First of all, when I met you, you were working 2 part-time jobs. And then you wanted to be a virtual assistant, and I sort of helped you get started there. And then it kind of grew. But then when you made the commitment, you said, Jim, if I'm going to do this, I want to be at 6 figures. And we made, didn't we? I say we, I helped you. You made that happen. And then the next day I said, not the next day, the next year I said, what's this goal? And you said, well, I grow 6 figures. Now I want to net 6 figures. And you did that. And now you got this amazing team, but none of that would have happened if you weren't pushed and you weren't challenged and you didn't have people like, you know, showing you the way and encouraging you to make the big decisions, right? The big investments, which is your first question. You invested in yourself before you actually felt ready to do that.
Yeah. And it was scary as crap, but you just got to go forward, right? If you're not to me, I'm like, if you're not investing, if you're not taking action, then you're not going to get ahead. Now, John says that he committed to a trip to India and then he started suffering from the what ifs. So have you gone yet, John? Like, is this recent?
Have you
a trip to India. Yeah. Or when are you going? Yeah. I mean, God, to travel in general, it's like, oh, a dream come true. That sounds awesome. Yeah. You don't regret those kinds of things, right? And like Mark and I, we've spent money on like a trip to England with our family. And we're like, we don't really have money right now. We just got married and blah, blah, blah. But we're like, we're never going to get this opportunity again. We'll just figure it out. And like, do we miss the money now? No.
Yeah.
Do we have amazing memories?
It's so easy to play safe small ball, as I call it. And if that's what you're made for, then fine. But don't pretend you want to have a very successful business. Don't pretend you want to have a very high income and then do low income things.
Ooh,
because the incongruency is you just won't get there. And I promise you, if you're the type of person that says every January 1st, this is my year, I'm going to slay that. This is my goal. And then, you know what, you roll around to another New Year's and it's like one of my clients said to me, you know, he's been with me a year and a half. And I said, dude, you have to start a podcast. Which is what you're speaking about in San Diego. So you got to do a podcast. And he said to me, yeah, I'm going to do that. I said, when? He says, well, fourth quarter for sure. I said, fourth quarter, how about next week? You got a microphone and you got Audacity, which is free. Start next week.
Exactly.
What are you waiting for?
I know, totally. So John leaves December 31st for India to do magic.
You go, John.
Friggin' awesome. Good for you. I want to see the pictures. That is pretty damn impressive.
By John doing that, I think John's pretty close to my age, or maybe a little bit. I have no idea about it. Just judging. There would be a point 20 years down the road where John's going to look back and go, yeah, I did that.
Exactly.
I have an expression, regret tastes like crap, because when you can't change the past. You can only change what you're doing in the future. And that's one of the reasons Stephanie and I did this, even though we said, you know, should we wait a year? Should we wait 2 years? Well, you know, when I was 41, I had cancer. I lost you have no idea what's going to happen. And we both said, we're going to blink. First of all, I feel, you know, I just turned 60, but a year ago I was 59. She was 58. And I go, how did we get here? And I said, if we don't do this, we're going to blink and we're going to be 68 and 69. So let's do it now. Totally. Let's find a way.
Oh, we got some comments here. So Phil says that the lady Lindsay has some major guts.
She does.
I love that.
And Phil's coming to San Diego. I'm so excited to see Phil again.
I saw that. And David says he felt that way. I told management I was leaving the insurance company. He called my wife and he told her what I did, and she said it will work out. Yeah, sometimes you just got to do what feels right and
David has guts because he pulled the trigger without even discussing it with his wife. I'm not sure I would have done that.
That's double gutsy. He's got major guts.
Gutsy David.
I know. And Denise does a podcast every Friday, live, I might add. That takes guts. I don't know if
it's a phenomenal podcast, Denise. I mean, she is a gorgeous woman, but she has such a voice for radio, I'm telling you. Oh,
she is awesome.
It's been far too long since I've been on her show. I must have offended her the last time I was on. I have no idea.
That's a subtle hint.
Little jab.
Awesome. Now, let me ask you this. So everyone talks about investing in their business. Like, how can you invest in your business? What does that mean? What does it look like?
It means recognizing, first of all, I think everybody is blessed with a God-given skill or talent. That is usually the nub of your business. For me, it's marketing, business, and growth and stuff like that. For other people, it might be CPA. It might be an attorney. It might be a quilt maker. For Denise, she's amazing at leverage and helping people get stuff done that they should be focusing on. Yeah, your office on the web, I think pretty close to that. But whatever your gift or talent is that you've been blessed with, you turn that into a business. What happens when you start that business is we also got to find out, oh crap, I've got to become an accountant. I've got to become a marketer. I've got to become a speaker. And you got to do all these things. And for a short period of time, you have to do that because, you know, cash flow. But at some point, and you never feel ready, you have to pull the trigger and start outsourcing some of the things where you don't have that expertise. Right?
Totally.
I mean, my gosh, there are so many things. And Stephanie, today we had a chat. One of our websites, the pop-up wasn't working. I said, I have no idea. Send an email to this person. She asked me something else. I have no idea. Send an email to that person. I don't know how that stuff works. I don't even want to figure it out. But I've got this phenomenal team of which you're part of that does this stuff for me. I focus on high revenue generating activities, which is coaching my clients and marketing my coaching business. That's it. Everything else I have farmed out to the team. And that is an investment that provides me a great business and this lifestyle. But here's the key, Lindsay. Goes right back to the first thing you said. Why don't people invest? every time you want to bring on a team member, and I'm telling you, whether it's the first team member, the 13th or the 15th, it feels like you're putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
It's like, well, do I need it now? What if I wait 30 days or 60 days? And, in reality, I liken it to if you're out for a walk or a hike or just doing something energetic and you suddenly feel dry in your mouth, you should have been drinking an hour ago.
That's I love that analogy.
Yeah, right. Pretty good, right? So if your to-do list, I don't have one, I cleared off my desk, but if your to-do list has things on it if your podcast is still on slate for fourth quarter, figure out what you can offload and your friggin' podcast. And, there's things like for DBA, we do T-shirts, we do ball caps, right? Phil's my guy. Here we go. Here's the last one.
By the way, Robert Plank says this live stream is so good that I feel like reading a print newsletter about it.
I think Robert Plank better get his. We only got 7 seats left, and if I don't see one of those names being Robert Plank, I'm very disappointed. Dude. Anyway, so where was I? Oh, so Phil designed all that. Now, could I do that? Yeah, I'm a designer, so I could do all that. I have Amy. Amy's on my team.
Yeah, love Ames.
Somebody asked me this afternoon, oh, Jim, we need a graphic for that. I could probably open up Photoshop and do that in 20 minutes. I said, Amy, I need this. It came back to me right before my webinar. I sent it out. You have to focus on high revenue generating activities, which is your sweet spot. As Melanie would say, that's your genius. I kind of like that term. You focus on your genius and have everything else done for you. Here's the deal. If you want to earn $1 million, let's say you're going to work 50 weeks a year and you're going to work 50 hours a week. That means, for easy math, you have to earn $400 an hour. If you do work that's worth $400 an hour, 50 weeks a year, 50 hours a week, you're going to earn $1 million. If you suddenly go, you know what, I've got to update my mailing list and I've got to do this, I've got to input this, or I've got to fold these, I got to pack the things and take them to the post office. That's work you can hire somebody to do for $15, $25, $35, $40 an hour.
Totally.
If you do that work, you're only worth $15, $25, $30, or $40 an hour. You have to focus on high revenue generating activity. I was really scared I was going to be super tired for this, but
no, you're like on fire. I know we're missing some good things here. So Denise
34 comments. Wow.
I know. Denise said, do you know anyone that can recommend you for her podcast? And David Brown did vouch for you. And Denise said she's done being a smart aleck for now, and she's going to send you the schedule link. So that's awesome. And Mike says he agrees about outsourcing, and a bigger key is outsourcing to the right people. And I mean, it's outsourcing to the right people too. It's like, think of them as a partner in your business, like a strategic partnership that's going to help drive your business, for you, and use their expertise and leverage their brain.
So you asked me about investment. You know what else I think what holds people back? We talked about the what ifs, but the other thing is, and I always tease Melanie being a West Coaster. She's, I call it California.
Woo-woo. Yeah. She's not.
I say entrepreneurs don't put themselves out there. They don't play a bigger game because they don't, ready for this? They don't feel ready. They don't feel ready. And I will tell you this, you will never feel ready because you haven't done it yet and accomplished it. And therefore you can certify yourself as being ready.
I know. And you know what? It's like, even being a parent, right? Like when you're pregnant and you're about to have the baby, do you feel ready to be a parent? Do you feel ready to have that baby in your arms? Like hell you do. But you're like, woo, you go for it anyways.
I know. I there's no way in the world I felt ready for so many of the challenges in the last year and a half. And somehow we got through them. We're stronger. It's an amazing experience. Same thing in business. Did I feel ready to be an author? No. In fact, it took me 18 months to write my first book. The truth of the story is, and you've heard my story, it took me a year to write the book and 6 months to get the courage to say I'm an author. I was so afraid that people would be, my God, you are challenged with the English language, young man. This sucks. And I was afraid of that feedback. Well, my last 3 books, I started, wrote, printed, and distributed within 60 days.
Oh my God, that's insane.
You know what the mindset twist is? Do you want me to give you that?
Yeah.
Here's the deal. You have to make a decision as an entrepreneur that you're going to choose to be judged on the value of the content and the information that you are sharing via your books, courses, videos, podcasts, all that stuff, and not the imperfect way in which you will share it, because nobody on the planet is perfect. So if you're holding out for the perfect book, the perfect podcast, video, course, event, it'll never happen. You have to step out and now, every time I give an interview, I'm quite sure I've embarrassed myself probably if I was to rewatch this at least every interview, right? But the value of the information that I'm sharing, I will sleep tonight knowing I've helped make somebody's life probably a little more hopeful or a little better, given somebody a nugget or a nudge or something. So the 3 minutes of goodness wrapped up around the 25 minutes of, craziness is worth it to me. And that, by the way, there's an old expression, the truth shall set you free. When I started doing videos, I did weekly videos for 6 years, Lindsay. Now I pretty much do Facebook Live and stuff.
Yeah.
But for 6 years, when I started out, I was like getting in front of the flip camera. Hi, I'm Jim Palmer, and I'd like to share with you some secrets about newsletter marketing. I was like so stiff. I was trying to be the professional businessman.
Yeah, perfect.
Which
I know,
is not
right?
me, right? And there was one time, the story is, I was getting in my kayak. When we had our house, we were right by a lake, and we used to go kayaking. And there's a cup holder into the cockpit. And so I had this little tripod, and I'd shoot my videos in the kayak when I was paddling on the lake. Remember those?
With Toby.
With Toby. Oh, Toby. But I thought, how many videos can people see at your desk, or the torso shot with the bookcase behind you, right? So I wanted to do something outside. Anyway, I'm getting in my kayak one day. This is only 3 or 4 months in, and I think my 3 viewers were my mom and probably Kate and Adam, I don't know. And I slipped in the water getting in the kayak. I hit that green mossy stuff, and I went down. I held my camera up in the air, but I got wet, and it was like April, and it was kind of chilly. So I'm in the kayak, and I'm paddling. I go, so let me tell you about the difference between ideas and action. And I'm saying, everybody has ideas, nobody has action. And I said, and the little voice in my head said, tell them what just happened. And I told them, and all of a sudden I went from 1 comment to like 12. Did anybody see that? Oh my God, that's funny. That happens to me. Are we going to see this on Funniest Home Videos? And I said, what the hell just happened? I got more views and comments from just being myself.
Totally, right?
And I started loosening up. And today I go on Facebook Live. I go up to the captain's chair almost every morning. No plan. Like, what do I want to tell him this morning? Oh, you know what? I'm going to tell him this. And I'll turn on the camera and I'll just riff. And that's it. And somewhere in that 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minute riff will be some value. The rest of it will just be connecting with Jim.
Connect with someone. Exactly.
And that's it. And it's so just get over yourself.
So you're blowing Jim's mind here. He loves everything that you're delivering.
Well, that's another name I don't see on the DBA list. So, Jim, let's fix that tomorrow, shall we?
Speaking of which, so of course, we're talking about investing in your business, whether it's a coaching program, mastermind program, courses, hiring and outsourcing. Of course, events and conferences is a huge one, which I love going. Not only do you learn a freaking ton, but the connections that you make are like invaluable. So of course, before we head out, I want to make sure that you share info about DBA.
Dream Business Academy. So this is the 8th one. We've sold out, and we always sell out in the last week or two, like the final however many seats. But right now, first of all, when we moved on the boat, I wanted to be true to my dream lifestyle, and it's a crap ton of work doing a live event. So I said 2 years ago, I'm only going to do 1 a year. So this is the other thing is, and people are you kidding me? Because I keep saying this might be the last one, because for 2 reasons. It is a lot of work. And the reason I can say it might be is every time you do a live event and you do them, whatever frequency, you always know the next one. So on the last day, there's some behind the scenes, pull back the curtain stuff. So on the last day, you pitch the next one. So everybody that's happy and had a good experience, usually you fill up half the room. I have no idea. I don't have an event picked out. I don't have a day picked out. So this could be the last one. But anyway, it is September 26th, 27th, 28th in San Diego. It's an amazing hotel.
It's a great spot.
We're about 3/4 of the room block booked up, but it's on a marina. I've negotiated $145 a night. I think there's some rooms left, but that's filling up. But the thing is, I have a hard capacity of 60 people in that room. And the restaurant, which is an amazing restaurant that I take everybody to Thursday night on me, has a capacity of 60. So 60 is the hard stop. We have 7 seats left as you and I are talking, Lindsay.
Yep.
And 2 people on my webinar an hour ago said, "Oh, I'm coming." So we have no idea. I didn't check my email. But the other thing is, it is a pitch-free zone. I think Lindsay alluded to that. It is 100% content teaching. Myself, many of my support team members and VIP coaching clients I bring in to share. No order forms are going back. It's content. And the thing is, you will meet people who will inspire you. Lindsay has met partners. She met the other Lindsay Squared at my event.
Yeah,
and
that's
became
right.
Business partners. That is not an infrequent event.
No. To me, I love the profit seats and the hot seats. Yeah. When some people go up on the stage and, you ask them questions about their business and what their issue or struggle is, and you give great advice, and then everyone in the audience will kind of chip in. And it's like, some people have been brought to tears. They're just like, oh my God. They're like the clarity.
It's like the ultimate mastermind. It's about 20. I call them profit seats. So here's what I'm going to do, Lindsay. I was just looking off, not lost for words. I was deciding whether I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. On my webinar an hour ago, I made an offer to the people that were on the webinar, because my goal, this is, again, pull back the curtain. It's always such a nail biter. You want to fill the event. But I want to fill this event by September 1st. So the whole month of September, because Stephanie and I are going on vacation with her family, I don't want to be stressing about it. So if I can be sold out by September 1st, I'm going to be so happy. So 7 seats left. This is the deal. Yeah. If you go to dreambusinessacademy.com, you'll see that the regular ticket price is $9.97. Right now, it's half price. Early registration at $4.97. If you're one of the next 7 people to register, when you register, put in the coupon code Living the Dream. That's my webinar series I'm doing now. It's called Living the Dream. Living the Dream, one word. It'll take $300 off, and you can come for $197. The $197 includes all 3 days. I buy you a phenomenal lunch on Wednesday and Thursday. I take you to the VIP Mastermind dinner party on Thursday night. Fun. You get the catalog. You're going to get the T-shirt. You get you're going to get the blueprint for the $1 Million Platform, all the stuff that I'm teaching for $197. It's an unbelievable deal. There's only one possible upgrade, and there's only 3 of these left, and that is the boat ride. On Friday night, I've rented a 60-foot catamaran just for our group.
It's a blast.
I've catered it with a nice Mexican meal and an open bar. It's $97. That's the only option. It's such a good. It's 3 hours around San Diego Bay in the sunrise.
One of the best memories I have.
If you're super tight on money, come for the event for $197. I promise you, it'll change your life. If you like anything about this, 2.5 days of this, well, you'll probably be exhausted from listening to me. But 2.5 days of this will absolutely change your business for $197. And if you can make it, and you're one of the next 3, you get the cruise at $97. And Lindsay is going to speak on podcasting. One-Click Lindsey is going to be speaking on driving traffic and all the stuff that she knows well. Our buddy Adam Homey about doing launches. I mean, we cover it soup to nuts.
We do. Absolutely. We pack a lot in 3 days. It's insane. No wonder I'm exhausted by the end of it.
It is exhausting. I take off the week afterwards just to recover.
I don't blame you. No doubt. Well, I know you've had an insane day, so I'm super glad that you joined me. And I know Chris said that she wants to get to the point where she can just do videos with ease. And so I hope some of this mindset talk helped you, Chris. And I hope
I'm doing the module for half an hour on how to do videos and be comfortable doing them. I'm going to teach you what I did for produced videos, which are easier, but I'm also going to share my Facebook Live. I've got some strategies that I've learned, and I don't put myself out there as a Facebook expert, but I've learned some techniques to drive the views from like 20 to 50 to 100. There's a very simple thing that I do. If you watch me and study me, you'd see it, but I'm going to do that. So, Chris, you got to come. Just say yes. Get outside the comfort zone. Just say yes.
I know. Love it. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. And thank you again, Jim. And of course, it is dreambusinessacademy.com. And then if you are looking to, of course, invest in your business through outsourcing and you need to concentrate more on your revenue generating tasks, then let us handle your blogs, your podcast show videos, and sales funnels. You can go to smoothbusinessgrowth.com. And that's another wicked episode of Marketing and Merlot. And we miss
Lindsay,
you,
you are awesome. let me just say this. Lindsay is such a valuable member of my team. I can't even tell you. I'm just praying that the day she says, Jim, I'm too busy to help you anymore, never comes, because she is literally amazing. She's one of the most honest person. She's a person of integrity, but she actually invests herself and her team into your success. So it's not just hiring a team to do this. Lindsay lives, eats, and breathes this stuff. She's phenomenal. So do yourself a favor and check out Smooth Business Growth, and then come meet both of us. Here's the deal.
And One-Click. We're going to do Marketing and Merlot live from DBA.
We could do that because it's Thursday night, right? Well, that's we could wrap up the dinner party by then. And we could do it from the dinner party.
Oh, yeah. Booyah.
Booyah. And by the way, your ticket, don't forget, use the coupon code Living the Dream, all one word, for $197. And that will also include a picture with me and Lindsay. Me on one side, Lindsay on the other, and you in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Or kick me away and put two Lindsays. You have
Lindsay. You can have an L-squared sandwich and have Lindsay on either side.
You're awesome, Lindsay. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Love you. Have a good night.
Love you too. All right.
Bye.
Bye.